Have you ever pondered the question, did Jesus exist before his birth in Bethlehem? This intriguing question has captivated the minds of theologians for centuries. The idea of Jesus' pre-existence is a fundamental belief in Christian theology and is supported by several passages from the Bible. Consider the words from John 1:1-3. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was with God in the beginning. Through him all things were made. Without him nothing was made that has been made. This scripture clearly indicates that Jesus, referred to as the Word, was present in the beginning with God, and that all things were made through him. Moreover, in John 8:58, Jesus himself proclaims, "Before Abraham was born, I am." This statement signifies Jesus' existence before Abraham, asserting his pre-existence. In Philippians 2:5-8, we see a depiction of Jesus, who is in very nature God, choosing to humble himself by taking on the form of a servant and becoming obedient to death on a cross. This passage indicates that Jesus had a divine nature before his human existence. Similarly, in Colossians 1:15-17, we find that Jesus is described as the image of the invisible God, the firstborn over all creation, and that all things were created through and for him. This further supports the belief of Jesus' pre-existence. In the Old Testament, we find prophetic references to Jesus' pre-existence. Micah 5:2 predicts the birth of a ruler in Bethlehem whose origins are from of old, from ancient times. This prophecy foretells the coming of Jesus and his ancient origins. Hebrews 1:1-2 tells us that in these last days, God has spoken to us by his Son, whom he appointed heir of all things, and through whom also he made the universe. This passage not only affirms Jesus' role in creation, but also his pre-existence. Revelation 22:13, where Jesus announces, "I am the Alpha and the Omega, the first and the last, the beginning and the end," signifies that Jesus existed from the beginning and will continue to exist till the end. Proverbs 8:22-30, though a subject of various interpretations, is often seen as a reference to Jesus' pre-existence. It speaks of the Lord's first creation, existing before the world and its elements. 1 Corinthians 10:4 refers to a spiritual rock that followed the Israelites during their wanderings in the desert, and that rock was Christ, indicating his presence even before his human birth. 1 Peter 1:20 reveals that Jesus was chosen before the creation of the world, but was revealed in these last times for our sake, clearly pointing to his pre-existence. John 17:5 records a prayer of Jesus to his Father, asking to be glorified in his presence with the glory he had with him before the world began. This is a direct assertion of Jesus' pre-existence. Galatians 4:4, 2 Corinthians 8:9, and Ephesians 1:4 also allude to Jesus' existence before his human birth. To summarize, these scriptures from both the Old and New Testaments provide compelling evidence for the belief in Jesus' pre-existence. They reveal Jesus as the Word, present with God from the beginning, participating in creation, existing before notable biblical figures like Abraham, humbling himself to take on human form, and being chosen before the creation of the world. So the next time you ponder about Jesus' existence, remember these scriptures and their profound implications.